What if every time you walk, the ground generated electricity? Today, we'll discuss how Earth First is turning that dream into a reality. There's a pointer. Our mission at Earth First is to provide technovative energy solutions. My name is Ramon Lazaro. I am the CEO of Earth First, and today we'll discuss our company, our products, and our executive leadership team. First, let's talk about our product. Now, we utilize the technology of piezo resistors, and we utilize it in two configurations, within floor applications and wind applications. Let's talk about flooring. So piezo resistors are a type of material that, when compressed or stretched, generate electricity. We can utilize this technology to build rugged floor mats to go over entranceways for hospitals, universities, parkways, and government facilities. Our second technology is through wind configurations. So we have a cylinder with a counterweight on top, and the wind causes the cylinder to bend. Every time it bends, the piezo material compresses on one side and stretches on the other, thus generating electricity. We can utilize this technology through either art installations or through energy farms, as seen in this picture. Next, we'll speak about our company. Now, Earth First will not be the researcher, it will not be the developer of piezo resistors. It will, however, be the liaison between research and development, production, installation, and the end customer. We will provide a comprehensive communication network to ensure safe, timely, and cost-effective installations. Now, we'll speak about the market analysis. Through market research, we found that over the past 50 years, there has been an exponential growth in green energy demand. Even though this is the case, as you can see in this graph, there's still not enough green energy being produced to supply what we need. As you can see, 86% of today's energy is made through the burning of fossil fuels. 14%, however, is made through renewable energy. And those guys will be our competitors. So what do? They are wind, solar, and hydroelectric. Downside to wind is it needs wind, while solar needs sun. Hydroelectric needs large bodies of water. Our piezo-resistive technologies needs people. And lucky for us, we have over 7 billion of them on Earth, so I think we're good on that one. Next, I'll talk about the company presence. Through our market research, we decided to create a Facebook page to showcase Earth First. This would show us if we were really onto something and it would be worth pursuing. Within the first 30 days of creating this Facebook page, we actually held a presence of about 1,500 people within the United States. We also allocated a global presence. You can see we have a couple hundred within Brazil, Thailand, even Italy. Now with this Facebook page, we give timely reports to our followers, right? We give them reports on how the technology works, what we're planning next, what prototypes we've built. This is one such post where we talk a little bit about what goes behind piezo resistors. And as you can see, we reached over 480 people in that post alone. Next, we'll talk about the financial analysis. Our Chief Financial Officer, Kyle Cassidy, had an extensive meeting with a local president of a local business called Fidelis Financial Solutions. Within this meeting, they spoke about the ins and outs that go into starting a business from the financial side. As a result of this meeting, Kyle concluded that to start and maintain our company for the first year, we need a $10,000 investment from each of the 5 founders. Here you can see the first 3-year projection of our company and the sales required to do so. This is the worst case scenario, however. It's what's required to keep us afloat. There are ample amount of federal grants available for companies such as ours. They are money that's given to us to do things such as feasibility studies, such as communications between green energy technologies and the manufacturer, the producer, and the seller. The second type of grant are grants that go into our customers. So they are allotted a specified amount of money to contract companies that provide energy efficiency solutions, such as the ones provided by EarthFirst. Next, I'll introduce the company executives. As I mentioned, my name is Ramon Pizarro. I am the CEO and President of EarthFirst. James McEwen is the Chief Operation Officer. Kyle Cassidy is the Chief Financial Officer. Joshua Pappendorf is the Chief Technical Officer. And Chaz McGovern is the Chief Marketing Officer. And together, we will turn your dream into a reality. Thank you. Now, I'll answer any general questions you may have. Kyle Cassidy will answer any financial questions you may have. Joshua Pappendorf, any technical questions? Raise your hand. Sir, do you need mine?
That is fine. Are you guys more efficient than wind farms? Like, for the tree thing?
Right.
More efficient than a wind farm
Per area, yeah.
per area. Specifically, I don't have that information on hand that I'm aware of, but these devices are very effective at flexing the piezos. There doesn't have to be much wind at all, especially if you go back to the slide, if you want to see the device. There's a weight and a counterweight on the tip of them. They're very tall rods. And piezos are tortoises, donuts, all along the shaft. And as, you know, with very minute wind, that weight, that counterweight will induce a bobbling effect that will perpetuate probably consistently up to a certain degree. And if the wind is to pick up even, 10 miles per hour, I imagine it would be pretty significant. So yes. And if there's a lot less involved in the cost of installing those rods as compared to a windmill.
The spacing between the rods, whenever they sway, would be a lot of wind. That you encounter kind of like leaves or land and all that.
Well, again, the locations that we were interested in were, energy farm areas, which are already currently areas of a lot of land, like up in, Wyoming and places of that nature. So we could use areas like that where nobody's out there, and there's a high degree of wind, there's no obstruction to suppress the wind flow. And then also, if you look at this example right here, this art rendition, they're beautiful. They can become art installations, and they can illuminate LEDs at night. It can become actually pretty aesthetically pleasing for cities and things like that, and help take advantage of energy that's free, basically.
So, have you guys assessed the competitive landscape here, as far as how many other companies that are out there providing?
Well, I'll address that the same way when the judges brought that up earlier. Have you ever seen or walked on a surface that had piezo transducers in it?
No, but I guess you said you're not building it, you're just the company
Correct.
that puts it together and gets grants and sells it.
Correct.
That's a completely different competitive landscape than the one that builds.
Correct. Would you be more able to answer the competitive part? I'm not sure.
All right, so the question is, if this technology is already out there and we're not the developers, then what are we doing as a company, right? Is that a fair assessment?
Why does this company need to exist?
Right, so this is they already have companies that produce on a grander scheme this technology, such as in railways, even in roads, they're doing some experimentation. We're at the forefront of this technology becoming efficient enough to bring it into the market, right? So we could, as engineers, the bulk of our team is with engineers, both mechanical and electrical. So we could bust our brains together and try to develop a better product. However, it's already been done throughout different locations in the world, but it hasn't done effectively, right? The marketing hasn't been there, the manufacturing hasn't been there. So we would try to tie in as the company goes and really search out the companies that have this technology and see how far we can propel it forward.
What is your estimate of power that can be generated using this diesel versus resistant materials? And is it going to be cost competitive? And what are the potential applications?
Well, as far as the efficiency of these is minute on a small scale, but on a large scale, for example, there's a company that has laid down 1 kilometer of highway under the highway, and they've generated up in the 100,000s of kilowatt hours. And, you know, so it's pretty substantial, especially if there's no degree of impedance on the vehicle's efficiency, which is very minute from what I've read. And then also the piezo, these right here are not really in a developmental stage yet from what I've seen, some on a small scale. But again, you know, an individual piezo may not be as significant as you think it is, but on a large scale, you can generate a significant amount of kilowatt hours. And again, if it's energy that's out there that's not being used, it's just free, then, you know, why walk away from it? Why not? What, you know, if the efficiency isn't exactly what you want, well, still, why? It needs to start.
Are we doing one time?
Yeah, we'll be here.
All right.